aligning. That's a sign, that's a sign that it's okay to finally tell the world that you are more than enough, enough, enough for me. Right here when you waking up, breakfast on the table. Know you like eggs and all scrambled up, pancakes, bacon, OJ on the side. Packed your bag with extra clothes, your toothbrush and a Louis told love notes for when you on the road. Cleaned your watch and Cuban links, silk pillowcase for you to take. Boy, you deserve the little things. Yeah. Just wanna take some time to thank you and let you know just how you make me proud. The good times make up for the bad ones. I see you trying and I don't know how. You keep up with me when you're working, switch your timing when our schedules aren't aligning. That's a sign, that's a sign that it's okay to finally tell the world that you are more than enough, enough, enough for me. More than I can say, and you keep giving me more and more each day. Oh baby, and I never thought I'd end up with the man of my dreams. You're really him. I don't mind taking time, baby. I'm gonna do the little things than I can say, and you keep giving me more and more each day. Oh baby, and I never thought I'd end up with the man of my dreams. You're really him. I don't mind taking time, baby.
It's so silly of me to act like I don't need you back, when all I can think about is that since I seen you last. I know I didn't have to walk away. All I had to do was ask for space. I'm telling you, be on your way when I told you to fall back. So can you come pick up your clothes? I had them folded. Meet me at the door while it's still open. I know it's getting cold out, but it's not frozen. So come pick up your clothes. I had them folded. Oh, let your body decide if this is good enough for you. Already folding it for you. Already folding it for you. Oh, let your body decide if this is good enough for you. Already folding it for you. Already folding it for you. No matter what you do to switch the story up, I know I made my mark, and I would still choose you through it all. That's the crazy part, crazy part. I don't need no more empty promises. Promise me that you got it. I don't need roses, just need some flowers from my garden. Can't you go back to how you loved on me when you started? I'll be here begging for you. You should be giving me love all damn day till the day is done. So if you wanna go that way, I'll be waiting up for you to come pick up your clothes. I had them folded. Meet me at the door while it's still open. I know it's getting cold out, it's still frozen. So come pick up your clothes. I had them folded. So come pick up your clothes. I have them folded. Meet me at my door while it's still open. I know it's getting.
The smell of your perfume, I thought I was immune. Looking around this room, can't help but see the traces of you. This moment is surreal. I can't put into words how I feel. Twin, where have you been? Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody gon' love me quite like you can. Even me. every day that I get in my feelings this way. I knew it was rare, 'cause before you I never did care. Don't know what I would do if I had to go on without you. Twin, where have you been? Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody gon' love me quite like you. Can't even deny it every time I try it. One look in my eyes, you know I'm lying, lying. Body to body, skin to skin. I'm never gon' love like this again. You were made for me, just for me. Said you were made for me, only for me. You were made for me. Oh yeah, you were made for me, made for me, made for. I got that blue.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and the YouTube Music app all together.
Fever, cold as ice till you came near. You're like another fire-breathing creature, but it don't burn how it appears. It's true, you could make me melt, but don't you forget it. If the person you fell for ever do, for reasons, it's only because you ain't here. Can't feel it in the air, my cold sweat dripping everywhere. I'm all wet. I don't even care as long as you're right here, laying in my bed. I forget what everyone said. I'm all in. I couldn't care less as long as you're true leader, then I'll oblige, promise to please ya. If you're open fire, then it's treason, and I decide to go out swinging. If you shoot, then you can bet every single dollar and your last few cents that I will too, and I mean it. Tell me, where do we go from here? Feel it in the air, my cold sweat dripping everywhere. I'm all wet. I don't even care as long as you're right here, laying in my bed. I forget what everyone said. I'm all in. I couldn't care less as long as you're burning blue, burning blue. I'm burning blue. I'm letting it burn, letting it burn. I can feel it in the air, my cold sweat dripping everywhere. I'm all in. I don't even care as long as you're right here, laying in my bed. I forget what everyone said. Is the heart of a woman, yeah. Only thing that's saving you is the heart of a woman. Yeah. Question is why I do the things I do. Answer I may never find, but I'll always choose you. Wanna give up on you, but damn, I know I can't. I put the blame on me for giving you chance after chance. I love what you can't stand, and I try to be strong, but how much can I put your words on your life this time?
Talk slick, better stand on it.
Culture in chaos.
Talk slick.
Stand on it. Culture. Chaos. Say it loud, yeah, we run the combo. He said, she said, cut the promo. No filter talk, yeah, you know how it go. Culture. Chaos.
Talk slick, better stand on it.
Hey, hey, hey! How y'all feeling on this fine Wednesday afternoon or evening?
Hey, hey.
Doing great.
Oh, Cleo, I should have came by there and let you touch me up, man. I'm a little raggedy over here today.
I'm waiting on you. I kicked the Clippers ready. I'm waiting on you.
I think I need to give me a little part or something. I don't know, you know.
It's only gonna be the best cut you ever had. No exaggeration.
Oh, well, listen, let me
Hey,
go on and make my appointment now, then, because I got to experience the best haircut I'm going to ever have.
absolutely. I concur.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I might have to slide through there. You know, we always need a backup barber because, you know.
I don't do backup. I'm gonna be your starter.
That
Yeah,
part.
yeah. I don't come off the bench, baby. I'm a starter.
I know that's right. Well, look, you
Yeah.
make a believer out of me. I'm about to slide through there and see if I'm gonna have to make you my starting lineup and make my barber my backup. Is that
There
what?
you go. There
There
you
we go.
go.
Okay, okay. I'm not
Mm-mm.
even mad
Yeah.
at you. Better start.
Yeah.
You had better start. Miss Fee,
Okay.
what's going on?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey,
It's
y'all.
a delight to have you on the camera.
I
Right.
know. I thank you. I appreciate you guys having me. It's a special edition. It's the he said, she said version of Culture and Chaos. I think we
Uh-oh.
need a little more representation from the ladies. What y'all think? You know?
Okay, you know, every now and again we gotta throw a little more, yeah, now
Yeah.
femininity in the building.
Little more estrogen
Yeah,
in the
Just
mix.
a little
Come on
bit,
with
just a
it.
little bit more.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
every now and again to balance it out. You know.
Yeah,
Sure,
and the
for
guys
sure.
are coming back. The guys are coming back. Some of them will be on later. But for now, you got the best of the best right here.
There you go. There
Let's
you
get it
go.
in.
There you go.
Okay. Now, first of all, guys, let's say hello to the people.
Angie, hey girl. What's going
Hey, girl,
on?
hey.
Okay, she always hit me. Hey, Dr. Nate. You know what? I'm gonna have to be careful with that Dr. Nate. You know they eating people up. We may have to change the segment name or something. I don't know, cause they come for me. You know, I'm fighting. I don't. That's all I can do because, listen, I don't have a PhD, but I think I'm pretty smart. I think I'm pretty smart.
Come on, you are a certified hoodologist. What
Right.
in the? Come
That,
on now.
listen,
That's
I am certified in all things hood. Okay.
There you
Come on.
go, certified hoodologist. And then we got
Certified.
Miss Melody, and we got Patty Fields. That's Big Rick's favorite person.
Patty.
Hmm.
We got Chrissy Johnson. Hey, y'all. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
They gonna
Hello,
be
guys.
baby. Y'all better be on time.
I
Interview.
love it. I love it. You guys, I can't wait to get into today's topic
Let's
because,
go.
baby, let me
Absolutely.
tell you.
Let's get it started.
Well, Cleo, since you are the outnumbered one today, we're going to let you go ahead and get us started today.
Uh, okay.
We're
Um,
still in the series, right? We're still in this is the last of the series,
for
which
sure, for
is
sure.
Death of Community. I used to want to kill Rick when he talked about death to the community. We're not trying to kill the community.
Yeah, I was kind of scared of that. I'm like, are we
Death
dying? Or
of
we putting a plan
community.
together to kill us or something like that?
Right.
Like,
We
nah,
ain't
that's
doing
what we
that.
doing.
No, 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 not at all.
Tell them read,
Yeah.
read
Talking
in
about death
experimental.
of community.
Right, right. And
Fundamental.
It's huh.
and and indeed, it's a lot of factors. Some of which we have already talked about, but honestly, there's probably even more. There's a
Oh,
lot
for
of things
sure.
that we can't begin to cover. I mean, I mean, just like even yesterday, just watching the voting polls and how that whole fiasco thing took off. Those are significant, pieces of the puzzle when it comes to securing and saving our community and stuff like that. That I mean,
For sure.
it's almost like sometimes we think that racism has left, but it just put on a different mask and it's still here. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those things are still taking place, but I think the things that we have been talking about and plan to talk about tonight are the things that we can literally put our hands on and make immediate adjustments. And so,
Indeed.
yeah.
You know,
So,
Cleo, before you go there, tonight we were supposed to talk about weaponized distraction, which is
mm,
absolutely a part of that for sure.
absolutely, and that is a very broad spectrum in itself because, like, one of the first things that I thought about when we talked about it is like the entertainment of devices that can be used as for educational purposes, but we take and we abuse it and use it for wrong other things. So, like, case in point, like, I remember I was told that, like, even the TikTok, like in China, the foundation of it is educational.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to us, it's simply nothing but entertainment. And a lot
Right.
of times we're so distracted on entertainment is either we're watching it or we're trying to become it.
Mm-hmm.
And a
That
lot
part.
of times we see the kids, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, it can be a middle school and a fight can break out and the kids they don't sense danger or hey, something crazy can happen out of this. They look at it as entertainment and they're pulling their phones out trying to record it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so, and then from the point that you record it, everybody trying to see who got the best footage, who got the best angle, and now they're trying to post it and trying to get likes. And it's almost like we're using the very things that are breaking down our community to entertain our community.
Indeed. Absolutely.
I absolutely hate when I see people repost like fight videos, and all
Hmm.
that kind of stuff, you know. And I think, and I want to back it up for half a beat if I can. You had brought up the election, and I was sitting there thinking about how even the face of politics has changed within the concept confines of the community, because that was an election where it was very I guess it was a bit emotionally charged because here you have an incumbent, someone who has been in that position, who has been fighting the good fight, and then you have this younger gentleman, and it became one of those things. Whereas it should have been more of a pass the torch moment, it became divisive. You know what I'm saying? It was
Right.
kind of like old school versus new school, whereas it should have been just something totally different because in my mind, I always felt like, especially within the black community, because number one, you don't want to lose that insight and that expertise and that experience,
Hmm.
that he has gained from being in that position. But at the same time, we also understand the importance of new and fresh perspectives. You know what I'm and so, for me, I always kind of wished and hoped or looked at even politics in the black community as being one of those things where it should have been more of a pass the torch
Right.
type of thing as
I,
opposed to them battling out. Al could have, very well been grooming this young man to take that position. Whereas now, because, you have people that are in politics for attention, they're in it for self-serving purposes. You know what I'm saying? That we kind of lost that sense of community, even when it comes to politics, and that's a big part of our community because it was our own politics within ourselves and our own policing at one time that built our communities. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
That was
Indeed.
real. I really hated to see that because for me, being 47, you know, I'm in that kind of like midway point. You know what I mean? And I've done and dealt with a lot of different I was very heavily involved in politics in a former life, so it was very touch and go. But then it all kind of breaks down to, like you said, death of the community. We do not have that cohesiveness where people are willing to pass the torch, are willing to, be the person that really grooms and builds the community. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Absolutely. I agree 1,000%. And then you add on top of that, people constantly want to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about anything else. They just want to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
know, even in the elections, like let's just talk about quickly the presidential election. I was so disappointed to see so many young black men that were supporting the current president.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I didn't get it. I was like, are you guys seeing something that I'm not seeing? You know? And I just don't understand. I don't know if it's just a younger generation. I don't know what they're getting out of it. And when I ask, they have a debate for it and we're just going back and forth, but they can never see it from a more mature side. All they see is, well, he's helping us get money. Is he really?
Well,
How?
and the crazy thing about that is that in certain job fields, because I remember even when he was running against Hillary some years back, I remember I was at a dinner and we was there to celebrate a birthday, and the whole conversation took a turn because this guy he worked for, I want to say, a chemical plant, or he was in the oil industry or something like that, and he worked for he was going to vote for Trump. But it's certain I guess areas in the job field to where whatever he was trying to push was going to benefit them. And my thing was, I'm like, y'all almost seem like the house niggas,
That
because it's
part?
like you as long as you're accommodated, to hell with the rest of the culture, the hell with the rest of us, as long as you're
Exactly.
okay. And I understand more than anybody, the elements of self-preservation and stuff like that. But at the same time, like you said, I don't think people were analyzing the big picture, you know. And the thing is, I think when it came to the last running, honestly, I think that there were some things that the Democratic Party could have done better, as
Of
far
course.
as, what I'm saying, as far as that. But the crazy part is that Trump, I think they said that the numbers, like, he really didn't do that much better than he did against Biden, but everybody didn't show up. Like, it was a shortage in votes at all, because
Exactly.
what a lot of guys
Exactly.
were saying, they chose not to vote for either one of them, because they were just
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I really don't trust either one of them, or I have my opinion about both of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and miss out on this one, because it's just like, hey, if I vote for Trump, I'm putting a racist in there, and then if I put her in there, then they looking at some of the stuff that she did, and they looking at, and honestly, one of the biggest divisions, or the dividers in our culture and community, is the fact of how a lot of black men view women, or black women. And so they were, and I'm telling you from experience, because of course this is the barbershop, so a lot of
Right.
guys feel safe actually announcing their perspectives here, and so they were just like, man, listen, we don't know, we can trust her emotions, like,
See, and yeah,
and to some people that don't feel like they struggle with emotional management, that seems like really crazy. But at the same time, you never dated you, so you don't know what you look like from my perspective, when it comes to how you handle your decisions, and then how much respect that other countries may not have for you as a black woman, because that's another
okay.
element. Like, for a woman to be president is one thing, but for a black woman, from the perspective of other countries, they may not respect you.
Right.
And I think those are one of the things. Not saying that it's right, but these are just some of the conversations that they were having.
Yeah. And there are all valid because we also have to consider, what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? From the outside looking in. Now, does it make sense? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Because she should have been judged based on whether or not she was the more qualified candidate or not, as opposed to
Which hands down she is.
right. So it
Relatively.
just so it's one of those things where it's almost like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying? And so even like just backtracking back to tonight's topic, it's like everything has a consequence, whether it's negative or a positive consequence. And sometimes we have to learn to take the lesser of the two evils. You know what I'm saying? Because you had people that didn't want to vote for her because she was a woman and they felt like she would be too emotional. If she started cramping, she gonna let off a nuclear missile or some crazy stuff.
And granted, they said the same thing about Hillary.
Yeah, they did. They did. And so, it's kind of like one of them things. We have to get to a point where, everybody's not going to agree.
Of
You know what
course.
I'm saying? But we have to be able to find a happy medium. And I think that's where a lot of stuff gets just discombobulated. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're not going to always have everybody on board. Even when you start talking about how black people feel how we should move forward as a people. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel we should be doing this. Some people feel we should be doing this. Some people feel we should be doing this. But then within all of those confines, there's a commonality somewhere if we were willing to look for it and try to move forward with what we do all have in common or what ideas that we do present that, what I mean, could be productive. But everybody gets so hell bent on, you know, their opinions and their personal opinions about certain things that they won't look at any other perspective. That's how I feel about a lot of Republicans or whatnot. You know, I've never felt like there was a difference between the two a big difference between the two parties. If we're being totally honest, it's sometimes it's a matter of the means and the ends. You know, the end. You know what I mean? They might be fighting for the same end, and the way they thinking about going about doing it is totally different.
Right, the
And
process.
the process. And so it's like one of those things where you start thinking about the fact that, you know, I think like with and not to, bring this, keep harping on political stuff, but it's like one thing I kind of noticed with like a lot of Republicans, that I know of, that I've seen, is like they find one thing that they are tried and true about, and they allow that to be a part of their whole existence and their whole identity as a Republican. You know what I'm saying? You start watching some of those videos, and they're talking to Republicans about why they are Republican, and it may be one, sometimes two things that they are really hell bent on, and that makes them a Republican. All
Right.
of the stuff they may not agree with, they may not like, but what's the expression where you something with your nose to spite your face or something or whatever?
Cut
It's
off your nose to spite your face.
your face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they vote on this one issue. It may be gun control. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But they are Republican because they believe this about guns, and so they got to ride with everything else. And I think that's insane.
And you know
Indeed.
the crazy part about it, like another thing that a lot of them they fight for, because here's the thing, I'm always voting Democrat, but there are a lot of things even in the Republican Party that I like. Okay, I agree with that,
Right.
and some of the things
Of
in the
course.
Democratic Party that I disagree with. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I think that I'm more for the people, the totality of people, whether you are rich, middle class, or poor. I'm for all of that.
Right.
And what typically comes off from the Republicans' perspective is that hey, we're going to secure us, y'all get it how y'all live, and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? So I think that in a lot of cases, because I seen somebody, I think it's Haya. She said,
Mm-hmm.
is the distraction obstacle racism or genderism?
Right. She
And
did.
if we're going to be totally honest, it's both.
Mm-hmm.
Now it can the percentage of each one can can weigh differently depending on whose filter or perspective that you're looking from, but at the same time, there are like what if, and here's one of the things that I wish our culture could actually have, because from my perspective personally, and I know I think we're probably gonna be on this political thing more than we expected, but
We are.
what if we had an eligible man that was qualified, that was seasoned enough to where he could reference with the older generation, but yet he was young enough for the younger generation to be able to relate to, and educated and fit the role of leadership to where both women and men could support that. That way, there is no excuse because hey, the black we already seen Obama then pulled it off, so we know that a black man can be president. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But to eliminate all excuses, because my thing is too, what it does, it supports the umbrella of God, man, woman, and then children. It supports that idea because now, if a man is supposed to be the leader,
Mm-hmm.
why don't we have a qualified black man that can stand a chance of winning to be president every time there's a term?
Right.
Hmm.
And not saying that women are not capable. I would never say that because by far she was more qualified, educated, and dealt in politics way more than I think being president was something
Absolutely.
on Trump's bucket list. I don't think he even, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah.
He just doing
But
shit.
yeah.
Stay out of jail. Bottom line, this man
Yeah.
was in again so that he could stay out of jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
that was. That's all
Right.
that was.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he could pardon
So
himself, basically.
that's
Right.
crazy. But
And
then,
he's even creating the same thing that we're talking about, how entertainment as a distraction.
mhm.
That's even what he's doing right now.
Hello.
Like they gonna have a UFC fight in the White House,
Like, why? Why?
but you're using entertainment to distract it. Where them files at, bro?
Where them files
How
at?
That
come we ain't
part.
got to them
Where them
files?
files at?
See
Right.
what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
But as
Talk
long as you
about it.
as long as you keep us, distracted and over
Distracted.
here, we're
Absolutely.
missing what's really going on,
Yeah.
and that's what's
Exactly.
happening globally and in our community.
Right on,
D.
right on. But like you said, you know, it goes back to social media. Somebody had made a comment, and they were saying about how social media, has really ruined our society. You know what I mean? And
That was Angie.
yeah, yeah, that was my girl Angie. And so it just kind of like, you know, social media came on the scene, and it was very much a gift and a curse.
Yeah, I would say
Remember,
that.
because I remember being on Black Planet and MySpace, and everything. But see, I remember a time when, because I was actually an undergrad when it started, Facebook was only for college students.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't remember that, but it was only for college students. And I thought that was a great idea simply because that gave us a place to network. It gave us a place to, have those exchanges that we needed with other universities, and stuff like that. And then I was actually student body president at TSU. So this gave me a great outlet to be able to talk to other presidents at other universities, kind of, learn what their student unions were doing and their student governments were doing. So it was great. And I remember when they decided to make it a public space.
Hmm.
And I remember thinking to myself, this is gonna be a shit show. No cap, because you know what I mean? Because it was a very curated and fostered environment, you know what I'm saying? And then when it became an open forum, all hell just broke loose. You know?
Yeah. And to me, the crazy thing about it is things like Facebook or the internet in general. I look at it almost like a library in a sense. So if you go into a library, you know you have different aisles, you have different uh, genres of books, titles, and whether it's horror, whether you're looking for entertainment, whether you're looking for science or whatever else. And I think it's up to the individual to determine which aisle they go on. And then, ironically, Facebook, if you break it down, face, typically we have a portrait or a picture of ourselves to identify who we are outside of the name. And then I think the book is actually the content that if you scroll down and you start to see what a person is posting, whether it's pictures, whether it's some type of wording or statements or whatever else, now you get some type of idea of what nature of mentality this person is operating in.
Right.
So it really is Facebook, a book with your face on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you determine what the content is, and then you also determine who you follow. And so I think that it could really be a beneficial thing, but like you said, it's a gift and a curse. I think that the lack of supervision for one, and the lack of discipline is what allows social media to run rapid. Because it could be, I mean, hey, I ran into some relatives that I hadn't seen in years, and then we say, hey man, let's link up. It has been a beautiful thing for a lot of people.
Right.
But then for those
Cleo.
who already, I mean, because some people have toxic mentalities, if you get a hold to this, then it gives you the platform to do something destructive.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
Cleo, I'm going to ask you to hold for just a second. You know, our good friend Smooth has decided to grace us with his presence. Let's make sure we bring him on. Hold
Come on
on.
with it.
All right. Welcome back,
What it
Smooth.
do, Slick Rick?
What's up, bro?
You got it, man.
Sorry for my tardiness, man, but you know, work come first.
Hmm.
You didn't have to say that. You
You
never
sound
said
like a
work come
Republican.
first.
Not a plan. I'm just joking.
Letting you
You
know,
really got a real job. You know, for the longest you was giving me Tommy, cause I was like, you know, I know you be having your events and stuff, but I was like, how you be buying them shoes and stuff? Like, is he scamming? I don't know. Cause I ain't never like I knew you would say I'm going to work and we be like, nigga, well, you know, but we ain't never get no response. So
man, I'm gonna let you make it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But give me a minute though. Give me a minute.
that's all right,
So
cause
we,
we gonna get into this letter in a minute. So I know you gonna have plenty to say.
Must be some message. Must be some message.
I
I,
see my hunger. Hey, Rick, you see Sonya Gooden on, old classmate?
Sound good. Let me see what that is.
See good. That's see good, sister.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
call
yeah.
you too.
hey,
What's up,
Sonya
Sonya?
Gooden.
Yeah.
You laughing
Okay.
too. You laughing too hard. You laughing too
So,
hard.
Rick, did you want to add to this topic?
What y'all was talking about? Which one y'all was talking about?
Oh, come on now. I thought you were listening. Were you not listening?
I came in the middle of the conversation. Like,
well, we
Okay.
kind of
I'm sorry. Cleo, I actually cut you off. You were talking about Facebook.
yeah, we was talking about social
Yeah,
media.
so we was talking about social media, and just to summarize, I was just saying like Facebook is actually a book with your face on it, because if I go to your page and I know that it's you, I'm looking at the content. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, the introduction, body, and the conclusion of who you are. Basically, when I look at your book, if all of us were authors, Facebook would be an idea of what our books would look like. And some people, they are nothing but entertainment. Some people have substance. Some people have, nudity. You know what I'm saying? Have nakedness. So it just
a lot of people have fiction because they be on Facebook trying to be somebody they not.
absolutely. Yeah, and that's a category in the library.
Yeah, it is.
I use social media and the internet as a whole as to be like a library. You are the one that decides what hour you go on, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, whether it's comical, entertainment, or whatever else. And so that's where we were.
Because I've even gotten to the point where recently I started a separate page, like a more of a personal page for close friends and and family and stuff because I do comedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Back
And
page. Started
huh?
back page.
Boy,
You know what? We not.
but I do
We not
have
doing this with you.
OnlyFans for my feet. You know I got OnlyFans for my feet. But
Are you serious right now?
It's a real
Girl,
thing. It's
no,
a
girl,
real
now
thing.
I will
See, that's
admit,
just what we talking about, right? Distraction.
yeah, no, listen.
girl,
I
you
I'm
like
not active on them. I honestly don't have the time. But when I lost that job, I knew I had some pretty feet. I said, hey, we gotta
Mm.
get to it. So I
girl,
had
you
started
like
the OnlyFans for my feet, and it's one called Feet Finder.
your feet look like Myra.
Right. So listen, but what I was saying was I started a separate page because, well, for one, like when people are trying to book me or or whatever for events and they're DMing me, with all my family, constantly. I got a cousin, he sent me shit all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? And so it just kind of like it'll get kind of lost in the sauce. And I was like, well, this is how I kind of, get my little gigs and stuff. So I'm gonna need y'all to pipe down on that because and y'all send all this stuff over here, all the little puppies and the little dogs cuddling and stuff. Send that over there because you missed it. So I done had to kind of separate them.
Right.
The
So,
other,
Okay. But I do like what Sonia said. She said Facebook was a great tool. It starts off with pure intent, but when the wrong mindsets get hold of it, it goes down the drain.
hmm
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and I think that's why it became important too for me to separate my pages, only because who I am as a comedian, you know, it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I'm there to be entertaining, or whatever. But I do not. I also the downfall for me is I don't want people to believe that that is the totality of who I am.
Right. Because it's a difference between your profession and your personal life.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then because I often, love to consider myself a multifaceted individual,
girl, you one dimensional.
I'm is.
Stop
I'm,
God
it.
damn, Rick.
I'm
Stop it.
Rick
Don't come
Rick
on here,
jealous
start
of
that.
me.
Don't come on here, do it.
Now
No,
you ain't
don't
say
make me
nothing
put
to
that.
her. You ain't say nothing to her a minute ago when she called me Tommy. You ain't say absolutely nothing to her.
I
Because
did.
Rick, you are who you are, baby. You are who you are.
I ain't never been Tommy. I always had me a job.
I know, but
Tommy
we
had a
never
job,
know
but did
what
you
it
know what it
was.
was?
You ain't supposed to
He
know.
had a job. We just didn't know what Tommy did.
You ain't supposed to know. You still don't know.
I don't even know what your degree in. Like, how you like to always talk about how long we've been cool and how you've known me since Jerry Curl, and I don't even know what you went to school for besides playing basketball.
Shit, that was good enough.
My
That's all.
boy got a degree in basketball.
He
Shit,
done,
You know what? No,
good
sir.
enough. Just know
Here
it.
we go with this
Just know
distraction
it was
again. Here
free.
we are with this
his
Just
distraction.
know.
focus was 212.
Just,
But Rick, don't feel bad
most,
because most people don't know I got a master's degree.
I ain't know that nigga.
Hey, it's quite business.
Oh, bastards!
In barbering.
Hey,
You're a master barber.
Quite
he is a
business.
master barber.
Hey, trying to tell you.
A master barber, because there's some barbers, but then there's
Mm.
a master barber.
Quite
Okay,
business.
there is a clear difference. Because let me tell you something.
Everybody with a license ain't qualified.
Hi,
That
Sean.
part.
You said something when you said that. You
Yeah.
said something when you said that, baby. For
Hmm.
real, for real. Because
Yeah,
I don't have
buddy.
people push this head. Like I already got a nice little forehead because I'm smart and I got so much
That's
brain.
right.
So
That's right.
you
Big
know they
forehead
are
means
they
smart.
too much of a pushback have me looking like Pinky and the Brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ah,
So that's what that means.
you gonna take over the world.
Pinky
What we
and the
doing tomorrow,
brain. Oh my
Brain?
God.
Right, have me out here just I'll push back. Yeah, no, there is
Uh,
a difference.
Cause your son said she coming Friday to get her a fresh cut.
I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody's at my door. Let me
oh yeah, she do have an appointment Friday. So
Mm-mm-mm. Okay,
she
so
know where to get that work at.
So what?
When
What you
Nay
say?
comes back, we are going to go ahead and have her read this letter because I was able to take a quick glance at it, and this person really needs some advice.
You ask,
Mm.
you gonna ask me for it?
Unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna ask you for it and see what
I'm
happens.
figure you worst
But
fucking advice. Go.
you know, but
No, I'm just
even
playing.
going back to the whole community and distraction and all of that. So I put up a post and it was something like music influences mentality, the algorithm influences behavior, and outrage influences engagement.
Hmm.
Say it
Now,
again.
do y'all agree with music influences mentality? And I definitely believe that with all the bitches and the hoes and the blah, 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 and the blah, it definitely weighs on your mental. The algorithm influences your behavior. What you see
Mm-hmm.
is what you tend to imitate.
Mm-hmm.
And outrage influences engagement. The more outrageous it is, the more you're going to
Well, you know what?
engage.
I, I,
Agree and I disagree.
yeah, I was about to say I disagree.
Yeah, I agree and I disagree because this is the thing. You have to. That's why it's important to kind of have a foundational understanding of who you are,
Mm-hmm.
so that that stuff cannot have as much of an influence as it does. Now, I agree with, like you said, because I ain't gonna lie, when, I'm mad about, I'll just say this. When I'm mad, like at one of my little stable mates, or whatever, and he done made me mad, I turn on City Girls to get me out my feelings. You know what I'm
Did
saying?
you
Come
say?
on, city girls.
Did you say stablemate?
Yeah. So I, to get,
Yes, nigga.
to kind of get, get out of my feelings and kind of get out of my head because I know I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I understand, all of those, how all of those things can, have a great influence on you. Because even like with your logarithm, you know what I mean? You keep pressing on stuff, like my logarithm, because you can go on Instagram and you can actually look at, what you frequent and what you
Mhm.
like and everything. It gives you a whole breakdown. Mine says it's
Oh,
like business, um, Capricorn stuff, because I'm, Capricorn. Um,
Capricorn stuff.
yeah. It gives me kind of like a breakdown of some of the stuff, inspirational quotes,
don't forget the porn. You know, you look at a lot of
business.
porn.
You say keep going, what?
Say, don't forget the porn. You look at a lot of porn.
You don't look at porn on Instagram.
Oh, I thought you were talking about on your search engine in your Google.
No, I'm talking about my Instagram, sir. Why you all up in my in grown folks' business like that? Why? Get you some business, Rick. This is why. You know what? That's all right.
Anyway, let me touch on that, right? So I agree and I disagree, right? So in this instance, what we talking about in the hood and the community, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? The music is gonna play a part in it. Or what else you said? The you said the what? What you say? The last two was one was outrage, and what's the other one was?
Oh,
Out,
for the
algorithm outrage.
yeah, music, the algorithms, and outrage
Right.
influences engagement.
So in the hood, absolutely, because it's kind of like monkey see, monkey do. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for them to jump on the bandwagon. But if you, it's your setting. 'Cause if you do that shit in the suburbs, you know what I'm saying? Music, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But like everybody's not gonna join in outrage if you're in the suburb. You know, they're gonna, hey, what are you doing? We're gonna call the cops. You know what I mean? So it depends on where you at. But like you're in the hood, man. All of that does definitely apply. Me personally, growing up in the hood, like I was I was always a strong-minded person. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't always necessarily fall into the booby trap of doing what everybody else did. Most of the time, I was the ringleader, so they was gonna do what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like I wasn't just like I wasn't a a badass kid. I was just a little mischievous. You know what I'm saying?
That's the word you want to go with, Rick?
Goddamn right.
Okay, I'll work with that one.
Goddamn it.
You remember you've known me since my Jerry curl. So let's you be careful when you start talking about when you was a kid now.
It's,
Okay, Felicia, do me a favor. Read that whole thing again when you said the music does this and the algorithm. Read that one more time. I want to make
And
sure.
speaking of, now I'm speaking of a lot of online because
Hmm.
that's where some of our biggest distractions come from. We'll spend hours scrolling and all of that. So, music influences mentality,
Hmm.
the algorithm influences behavior, and outrage influences engagement. For instance, when you see somebody that's done something, or somebody that's getting beat up, or somebody that's being racially profiled, or someone that something that has just really pissed you off, you are a speed demon trying to type those comments. And that's where that engagement comes from. You'll see people in the comments fighting within the comments.
Right.
So that's what I mean by it influences
Okay.
engagement.
I think so. So here, I just want to make sure I heard that correctly again because I absolutely agree with all of it wholeheartedly. Because and the difference between my opinion and Dr. Nave's and Ricky's, because they say they agree and disagree. The thing is, no one can say that they were never, and for some people, regularly are influenced by music. We can be influenced by music so much so to where if we're feeling a type of way, or if we're
Mhm.
about to engage in certain situations, we have a playlist
Yeah.
That part.
for that.
Yes.
So the thing is,
that ain't really
we
for us.
don't pay attention
It's
to
still
the
influence.
influence unless it's negative or detrimental to something or somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing: it's a very subjective thing to say, okay, well, you have to be strong minded or you have to be such such, because even the strong minded can be, filtered or can be engulfed by the musical influence,
For
because
sure.
music is a universal language. For a lot of people, music explains what they don't know how to say. Like, you may have a dude that may just sing you a song, and then you be like, "Oh, that's sweet," and you think, I mean, just because it came from this particular guy, you really like this song, but he really like it because it expresses how he really feel about you, but he don't
Mhm.
know, he can't articulate how to translate that to you, so he just send it through the song and don't let it
Yep.
sound good to you. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm going to the gym, when I put my music in, I already know I'm not going to listen to "We Fall Down." No,
Right.
now we finna blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to something that's gonna get my blood pressure. And if I'm going to sleep, I'm not listening to no rock and roll.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna listen to something that's soothing. So music influences us way more than we give credit to. And then
Indeed.
if and then the algorithm, you say what it controls our behavior.
It
Actually,
can.
I think our behavior controls our algorithm.
Well, it influences our behavior.
Well, it can, but I think the algorithm is developed based on the consistency of what we're searching for. So that's already a part of our behavior, because the only way that something is going to keep coming up on my phone is if that's the same thing that I keep looking up. So my behaviorism has already taken place, and the algorithm just adapted to it, and it just puts it on repeat. See what I'm saying? And so, and like you said, with the outrage and the what was the thing after outrage?
Outrage influences engagement.
Engagement. Oh man. And now we're talking about triggers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because all somebody have to do is say something about men or say something about women, and don't and especially if it's true, because nothing is more triggering than the truth. And if you say it, now you're under attack. And the thing is, if when people can't, when they can't find the lie in what you said, then the next thing they're gonna do, they're gonna try to tear down your character.
Right.
That's how far they will go
Hmm.
when they try to with the engagement. Let's
Indeed.
tear this person down. Like even with the Dr. Bryant, for example. Now everybody want to see her what she got a doctorate in, whatever. But at the same time, find me a video on some stuff that she was lying about, because a lot of men agree with her. But because it
Exactly.
confront a lot of things that women don't agree with, or basically convicts a lot of them or hold them accountable, then they're like, okay, I don't disagree. Oh, she's a pick me. She's a pick me.
Hmm.
Well, she basically was doing same thing Kevin Samuels, and he telling you what qualifies you for a quote unquote high value man. And I'm like, find a lie. But now everybody want to discredit her, or she's not a doctor, or they said Kevin saying, oh, he gay, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't care about nothing with that. That goes, with what Dr. Nate was saying earlier. My profession and my personal life is two different things. So are we trying to blend the two as far as this engagement, or can we have the discipline to take what they said and say, okay, well, it is true, without judging the person?
And you know what? Everything you said, like you were spot on with like with the musical influences and everything. That is 100%. Like you are hitting the hammer on the nail. But that's why I was saying, like for me, that's why I feel like why I agreed and disagreed, because it's important, and it's important that you know yourself. Because I find myself doing everything that you just said, letting the music influence. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
with my clique,
Indeed.
whatever. When I start seeing too much of something, I will, I was like, hey, I don't want to see any more of that. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
because I know that this is not something that I really subscribe to, or I feel like it's doing some something damaging. You know what I'm saying? And so, because I have been able to recognize those things can occur, you know what I'm saying? I have been able to, not always, but for the most part, manage how much I let music influences me, or how
Mm-hmm.
much I let, because even like I went viral a couple of times. One time it was for me being funny. The second time is for me being funny, but it got kind of taken out of context. And so Felicia remembers this.
I do.
It was crazy.
Oh Lord.
It got kind of
You
taken out
had
of
to be there.
context.
Y'all gonna send me the videos?
No, no, no,
Oh
no.
Lord.
So it got kind of taken out of context because I was trying to explain something that I had heard and saw on another video, but we didn't get to I didn't quite get to roll it out like I had, planned on it. Things just took off from there. And so a lot of the comments, were very, they were wearing me out. She dumb, she stupid. What is she talking about? Da 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 da. I mean, it got so bad because one of
So
my
bad.
homeboys, when he saw me in person, he wanted to beat up Pop because he said, "Why you post that and let these people think my homegirl dumb?" You know, and he was upset. I mean, like people was calling me, "You gotta say something." I said, "I ain't gotta say nothing to none of these niggas. I can pull 2 degrees down."
Hmm.
Hmm.
I can pull, you know what I'm
That
saying?
part.
And I had to not let that, bother me because
Right.
at some point I was really sitting there looking at the mess like, nigga, fuck you and your bald head ass mama. I mean, I was like, woo, I was hot. I was three hot, okay? So, but because I know that in degrees aside, you know what I mean? That's just something on my plate, you know what I mean? I've always been a fairly intelligent individual because I've always been an avid reader. You know what I'm saying? I used to read the dictionary
Mm-hmm.
when I was in elementary school. You know what I mean? I've always been very much a bookworm. So I knew that I wasn't those things that those people were saying. And I had to talk my homeboy off the ledge because he really was upset and trying to respond to 10,000 comments,
Right.
you know? So I think it's still, a matter of, having a sense of self and not allowing, those influences. Because even when I started listening to too much City Girls, I got a Mariah Carey playlist. You know what I mean? I'll turn my City Girls off when I feel like I'm getting too doggish, or my mouth is getting a little too loose with my stable mates. You know what I'm saying? And I bring it down and I put on a little Luther.
I like
Look,
Mariah Carey. I like
you know
her.
what I'm saying? You know what I
So,
mean?
y'all, we're going to take a break real quick. And then when we come back, Dr. Nay is going to go over this letter that we cannot wait to hear.
Yeah.
This letter
Okay.
must be
So
good.
we'll be back.
I don't know. I ain't read it, so I'm gonna open it and see and read it.
Is the heart of a woman. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Only thing that's saving you is the heart of a woman. Yeah. It's my
options. Can't keep fantasizing. I'm calling you so we can lock in, but you call me toxic. You make it easy for me to believe in your loving. You better believe it, cause baby I'm leaving with something. Girl, it's better than the dick you had before. Smiling cause you know you knew how. You better still, I treat you well, I will. It's good, I can tell. Come give me hell, come here. Your fairy tale, under your spell, I am. She gets Chanel, oh, will it all depend? You screaming, yeah, can't come for help from here. You leaving wells, I feel your nails for real. I hit you good, you sleeping good for real. I freak you out, I freak you out, I will.
I'll freak you right, I will. I'll freak you right, I will. I'll freak you like no one has ever made you feel. I'll freak you right, I will. I'll freak you right, I will. I'll freak you like no one has ever made you feel, yeah.
Shawty wanna come find out what's good with me. Well, girl, it all depends on what you need at night. Hey, what you wanna do? I heard he let you go free at night. But don't you gon' love me, I don't respond. Hey, I don't wanna send the wrong signs, but I can read your mind. Leave you alone, you're all mine. You're all mine. Tell me if now is the wrong time. I need a long time. I need a long time. I need a long time. Girl, I'll be your best. Yes, then I'll be your best again. Yes, 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 yes. When you ask for sex again, don't care about the rest of them. You're starting to forget. See what I'm saying? You don't need them, yeah. You better still, I treat you well, I will. It's good, I can tell. Come give me hell, come here. Your fairy tale, under your spell, I am. She gets Chanel, oh, will it all depend? You screaming, yeah, can't come for help from here. You leaving wells, I feel your nails for real. I hit you good, you sleeping good for real. I freak you out, I freak you out, I will. Number one in my top 10. Fuck them other bitches, you not them. You blow, baby, you clocked in. Passenger princess, I've been. Chanel, oh, will it all depend? You screaming, yeah, can't come for help from here. You leaving wells, I feel your nails for.
Okay. We're back. Okay, Nate, go ahead. Give us this letter, girl.
Okay, I ain't got my glasses. So
I have it. If you'd like, I can read it.
I can read. I can see. I just had to make it big. I just had to make it big.
Okay, as long as you got it. All right, let's go, boo.
All right. Dear Culture and Chaos crew, I think my wife secretly trapped me into having another baby, and now everybody acting like I'm wrong for being upset about it. We already have 3 kids. Three. I told my wife after the last one I was done. Mentally, physically, financially done. She agreed. We literally had multiple conversations about it. So imagine my surprise when she suddenly announces she's pregnant again. At first, I was confused because we were being careful. Then, during an argument, she slipped up and said, "Well, maybe if I left it up to you, our daughter would have gotten the sister that she prayed for." Culture crew. This woman intentionally stopped taking her birth control and never told me. Bitch, you foul. Now, she claims she didn't think it was a big deal because
Mm.
we're married and already have kids together. Her mama says I'm overreacting because a baby is a blessing. My boys say I should just be happy because plenty of men wish they had a family. But honestly, I feel violated. If a man poked holes in condoms to get a woman pregnant, everybody would call him manipulative and toxic. But because
Mm.
I'm a man, I'm just supposed to suck it up. And before people ask, no, I'm not abandoning my child. I'm going to take care of my responsibilities. But I look at my wife differently now. Am I wrong for feeling betrayed? Or is this something married people are supposed to just get over? Signed, fatherhood ain't consent. Yo! Let me tell you, first of the first, let me be sensible about this, okay? And if I'm being totally honest, the sensible side of me and the real nigga in me, I ain't got no kids. I ain't never been married. Came close. I mean, I ain't never been none of that. So I ain't never wanted no kids. But if a dude tried to trap me and give me a baby, I'm gonna be. I don't give a damn about no baby being no blessing. I said I ain't want no kids. I ain't want kids. Period. One of my friends just asked me the other day, "You sure you don't want to have a baby?" I said, "Nigga, if you don't got my phone, I don't want no kids." What part of that you're not understanding? She wrong. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go with the husband on this one. She is dead ass wrong. Because number one, y'all both agreed. After that third one, it was a wrap. You say y'all had multiple conversations about this, married or not. That doesn't make it right. Because up until 1972, a woman could not claim that her husband raped her because it was her husband. So what are we really talking about here? You marriage does not mean that you have to put up with disrespect from your I mean, like I said, I'm not married, so I don't really have a dog in this fight, and I ain't never been married. But if I were, and if I was the husband, I would be pissed. I would be very pissed because kids cost. I ain't got no kids, but I got a nephew that I treat like my own, and that nigga costs. Okay, Taekwondo uniforms ain't cheap. You feel me? So yeah, she wrong. She wrong, and I think he is doing exactly what the hell he should be doing.
So, so
Overreacting.
before I answer this, I want to read what Chrissy said. She said he should have went got fixed, but she wrong as hell for that. So why is it that he got to go get fixed? Why she couldn't go get fixed? Like, and
Because
Whoa.
I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna, I ain't
Wait.
gonna, I'm just saying, bro. Like, so it's cool for her to say that. It's cool for her to say that, but it's not cool for me to say what I just said. Like, why she feel like he needed to go get fixed?
Yeah,
I think she said
because
that because she
clearly,
he's the one that didn't want kids
but
anymore.
clearly, they were under, or he was under the impression that she was going to remain consistent on the birth control. So we have to understand that the birth control is the reason why he didn't go get fixed. She purposely stopped. We got to remember the details.
right.
She purposely stopped taking the birth control to
Hmm.
get pregnant.
Right.
So now insisting that he should have did something is in a sense to
No,
remove yourself or to remove the woman from the totality of accountability.
No, I don't think she's trying to remove her at all.
That's what she
Well,
doing.
whenever you suggest what he
Exactly.
should have done when she
Exactly.
the one that broke the agreement purposely,
right.
that is abandoning the original agreement. That is evading some sense
And
of
she said she was wrong.
But here's the thing. But
she was
but to
totally
still,
wrong.
well, she should have just said she wrong. She
She
shouldn't have
wrong.
suggested what he
Right.
should have done
Yeah.
first.
Exactly.
That's
Okay.
what we're saying.
Okay, so let me understand, because I believe what she's saying is, in order to guarantee that there were no slip-ups
Hell no.
and that he was not going to get, he didn't want any more children,
Okay.
then go get yourself fixed. Now, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with the situation
Okay, I hear
because
you.
Shit, this
I
is
would be
But
so
here's
pissed
the
off.
flip side. So if he go get fixed, she gonna say, "Oh, you didn't trust me to take the birth control."
No.
Well, no, I'm telling you that's what's gonna happen because
And I'm
for
saying
me
no.
to secure myself in getting fixed mean that I didn't trust you as my wife to keep your word and being consistent with the birth control. So I'm like she said,
You know-
I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Right. But I don't think it was so much of an issue of
because y'all are women. That's why y'all don't think it's an
no,
issue.
At
no.
all.
Wait a minute. Cause first of all, shut up.
No.
Cause I was about to piggyback and agree with what Cleo just said. So shut up.
I'm about to
Okay.
get mad.
Hush your mouth. So listen. But okay, so here's the thing. Even with that, when they had multiple conversations, that could have been a conversation.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? That should that you know what I'm saying? Like
Let me
even
tell
at
you,
the point
What
that
could have been a conversation?
him getting fixed or whatever, however you call it, or having this vasectomy.
why does it have to even be a
Let's
conversation?
just say
Why does it have to even be a
her taking
conversation?
birth control was the conversation.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to be a conversation?
Y'all, calm down.
No, I'm
Calm
not coming
down.
down.
Calm down. Because I'm not saying that that was not part of the
Okay,
conversation.
so what you speaking for? Because
How?
it sounds like you're trying to justify her actions.
No,
I'm not
her
trying to
actions were
justify anything.
foul, and
Quit.
she should not have done it. Bottom line, period, point blank.
Let me tell you what it sounds like.
However-
Let me tell you what it sounds like. Let me tell you what it sounds like to me, right? Especially even reading Christy comment.
Keyword to you.
It sounds like she's saying, "I'm sorry for what I did, but you should have went got fixed if you didn't want to have no more kids." That's what the fuck it sounds like to me.
No.
Ricky, I got a better one for you.
No.
Get all that
No,
content.
hold on. Let me give another one. I drove to the club and got hit by a drunk driver, but if I just stayed home, I wouldn't have got hit by a drunk driver.
I'm not getting that.
Okay,
Yeah.
check me out.
I know you know.
If I drove tonight to go to the club, I got hit by a drunk driver and died. Somebody will probably say, well, if he wasn't going to the club, then he wouldn't have got hit by a drunk driver.
Right. Hell,
I'm not saying that the drunk driver wasn't wrong, but if he'd have been at home, he couldn't get hit.
Hell, you could have got hit by a drunk driver in your living room.
Okay then. So if they had the conversation,
Exactly.
because they both came to the agreement that we don't want kids, and she sit up here and apparently the conclusion that they came to was that she'll take birth control because she had to purposely not take the birth control in order for her to get pregnant. So let's just leave it at that. As far as us trying to draw a conclusion and make assumptions on what they could have or should have, when we don't even know what they talked about, but based on context clues, her taking birth control was the conversation because that's where she reneged by purposely not taking them, which is how she got pregnant.
Now this
Right.
lady,
Let's deal
let
with
me read
that.
this. Let me read 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 this.
Oh
She
my
said,
God.
"Nope, that's not what I said. But if he was done having kids, then that should have been part of the convo because birth control ain't 100%. Birth control is not. Birth control is not. Birth control is
That
not
part,
100%.
hey, you heard your boss.
If
He's
you don't-
absolutely right too. Him getting fixed ain't even 100%.
birth control ain't 100%, especially if you ain't taking the motherfucking shit.
That'll never be 100% if you ain't taking it.
That's the first fucking thing. Secondly, like
Hey.
whatever he need to do shouldn't even be a problem. Shouldn't be
This
an
is
issue
okay.
right
So we don't know what the conversation was because the letter doesn't say
Right. And
what
I'm
the.
saying,
I let you
this
speak.
is,
You
no,
let
I'm
me
not.
speak.
I'm not going to do it.
Well,
I'm not going to let you do
I'm
it on
gonna
this
cut you off
conversation.
again.
That's what I'm
So
not going to do. The
let me
lady said
let me go
he
ahead and
should
mute.
have went got fixed if he didn't want to have
No.
kids. And that shouldn't have even been come out of her fucking mouth because what we're addressing here is what we know. And what we know is she stopped taking her fucking birth control. So
She
that's what we
stopped taking them. We don't know why she stopped taking them. We don't know how
because
she
she
stopped
wanted a baby. That's why she stopped taking them.
taking
Because
them.
what
The
she said, if it
bottom
was up
line.
to you, my somebody wouldn't have had a sister or something. And
Yeah.
then she put that on top of it. Did we forget?
Did she say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the kid
Oh,
was
okay.
already there. The kid was already there. But this is my whole thing. Why is it the woman's responsibility to control the birth?
Because they had a conversation, Felicia.
And you recall, like Chrissy was trying to say, again, I'm not saying that the woman was right. She was absolutely dead ass wrong.
Or we shouldn't
However,
be having no
we
debate
don't
then.
So
know that
why we
Why
having
are we having a
so,
debate?
so where
but
does the
because
question?
you guys are making it seem like it's always the woman's responsibility. If he was so
In this
bent
situation,
on never
Always?
having children
in this
again,
letter, in this
if
letter,
he was
Where
in
did
so
always
this
come from?
bound on
letter,
never having children
in
again,
this
then
letter,
he should have taken care of it
in this
himself.
letter,
Ricky,
in
Ricky,
this
Ricky, hold up,
letter,
Ricky, hold
she
on.
is wrong. The woman
Felicia,
is wrong in
where,
this.
where did the always come from when this is somebody else's situation that none of us have anything to do with? Where did the always? You said always. Where did that come from?
What?
She just
Huh?
being a woman.
Oh, when I said, why is it always the woman's responsibility to take care of the birth control, to control
And
the
and,
birth?
and, and and who said it's always her responsibility? We talking about this one situation. This is as far as I know. This is my first time participating in a conversation about somebody else's birth control
Boom.
taking or anything of that nature. So I can't use the word always because here's the thing in relationship counseling. Two words you never use is always and never.
Well, why is
So
it so
so so
often?
so
How's
in
that? Is
this
that better? Is
case,
that a better word for it? Why is it so
huh?
often the woman's
More
responsibility?
often than not.
Okay, so this is the first time we had this conversation. So how is there an always or more often than not? The thing is, based on context clues, all the information that we know that comes from the note is that she was going that she started taking birth control. They both had agreed on not having any more kids. She broke the agreement. So y'all saying that he should have secured himself
No, no,
because
no.
That's what
well,
she.
No one's saying
that's
he
what
should
Chrissy was
have.
saying. He should have secured himself by getting fixed,
And
He
that's
could have
what you
guaranteed.
defended. And that's what you
right?
defended.
But he thought he was secure by trusting his wife.
Wife.
And we all agreed that the trust was broken. All four of us agree in that,
So
including
let that be that. But when you
Exactly.
start
that the
trying to
Why
trust
you,
was
create
why you
other
got a
broken.
rebuttal?
suggestions
Why
on
you got
what
a
he
rebuttal?
should have did,
It
that
shouldn't
mean
be
that
no
what he
rebuttal.
did was not enough.
Well,
It
there is
shouldn't
a
be no
rebuttal.
rebuttal. It shouldn't be no
It
rebuttal.
had him
So
trusting his
let's
wife
talk
should
about.
be enough.
Jason,
Her
you don't
not
like
keeping
that.
her
So
commitment was the problem,
let's take a
not him
moment
not
and
trusting her.
remember. Let's take a moment and remember what he's asking for. He began the letter is, what advice are you all giving him?
Okay. The advice is uh reevaluate your whole marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point the trust is broken. Right? And when the trust is
Now
broken,
I got something even more solid advice, Ricky. I'm gonna say he never should have trusted her in the first place.
oh,
And
Got his ass fixed.
hey, hey, and maybe so. But here's what I always say to people because they ask me, "Do I trust?" But no, I don't trust
so
nobody. But let me just spit my spit real quick. I don't trust nobody because people are conditional, just like his wife just proved. However, you're feeling that day or whatever is on your mind that you don't express to me, if you can manipulate the situation to get what you want out of it, you will do it. So therefore, I can't trust you. So that's why the Bible says, I'm going biblical now, put your trust in no man. However, it says trust in God because the Bible says before he tell aloud, the earth and heaven before his word return void, heaven and earth will fade away.
Wait, there you
So
go.
I
And
can take
apparently,
that to
God
the
gave
bank.
them a
But
baby.
now, but here's
so
the thing, and
so if you
here's
can't
where
trust her, then why the
society,
fuck why you married?
the chaos has really took place in our culture is that we are taught to associate trust and love when it really should be love and confidence, because confidence requires evidence. I can't be confident in you in nothing unless I know that you're capable or that you've proven that you can do it. So therefore, I can be confident in you, Ricky. If somebody bet me $100,000 right now that you can dunk the ball with drop step two hand dunk, I'm gonna say yes. I bet that 100,000, right? But then guess
Don't be
what?
so
If
confident
Rick,
in that.
but hold on. Okay, let's say 10 years, 15 years ago when we was in high school.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, but then if Ricky come in the gym to win that money, he on crutches. The conditions is he didn't broke his ankle, so I can't trust that.
Yeah.
But I'm confident in his ability when he's healthy, but the conditions changed that. The
Mhm.
same way with this man's wife. He thought he could trust her, but he
Mhm.
didn't know the hidden condition of the agenda that was going on in her head, which was going to manipulate or compromise the trust in a relationship. So therefore, he should never have trusted her. He should have just been confident. Now, if he got to say, okay, you know what? To secure my confidence, because the thing I hate about that is that people misentangle that. That's just like a mother telling her daughter when she's married, get you a separate bank account that he don't know about just in case he leave. You already making provisions for a divorce.
but you know what? And it's always the women that's being told that by their mamas and their grandmamas. You don't never hear
But they
no
don't never want
man
to acknowledge the
saying,
toxicity that came from.
yeah, you'll never hear no man saying, my daddy told me to keep me a little extra money to the
Man,
side.
my dad never told me that. My dad was in my life until he died.
Whoa,
Right,
whoa,
right.
whoa, whoa,
What you got your church fingers up for?
whoa.
Oh, hold on, but let me say this, Dr. Nate. I'm not saying every woman mother has told her
No,
that.
I
Okay.
understand that, but I think okay. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get ready to exit stage left. But okay, this, here's the thing: when you start talking about the dynamics of relationships with men and women, and especially when you start talking about marriage, okay, you have to also consider, and like I said, you don't use all, you don't use never, but you always are never, but you have to consider that there was a time not too long ago where a woman couldn't even have her name on the mortgage. She could not buy
That
her
part.
They
house.
not living in that generation though, Dr.
Time
Nate.
out,
They ain't got
time
nothing to do
out,
with this
time
stuff.
out, time out,
Let her speak.
time out. I'm saying that to say this, that a lot of times that although things have changed, those type of dynamics can sometimes still remain. And that's where that, information stems from. It's not so much as, you know, that you try not to trust your husband, but you have to understand the historical aspect of the dynamics of a relationship where a woman couldn't buy a car.
Ooh, Lord, I'm
That
so
is toxic, man.
I'm
That
so
that if
sick
they
of
don't
y'all.
have nothing to do with you
But
direct, you cannot create
I'm
a
so sick of y'all
situation
trying to
to
dress
to
this shit up,
apply to
make
your
it
to
look
your
good for women.
toxicity or to your excuse for not. But then don't marry him then.
no,
I'm
but
so
If,
sick of
if,
y'all
if
trying
you
to dress
still
this
if you
shit up.
still attached to the history, because
I,
your grandmother ain't even old enough to have done with that.
Hey, hey, my girl, what's her name? I don't know how to say her name.
Even in
She put it
2026,
on
that
here
can still be true.
last week, but
right.
she said single-minded actions while married is going to get you back single. I forgot how to say her name. Put it up here again so I can say your name right.
What she
But
said.
single-minded actions while married is going to get you back single.
That part, I think she said higher.
She said something like that. I ain't want to
Yeah,
mess it up, so that's
she's
why.
absolutely correct with that comment.
But I'm this is what I'm this was all I was trying to say. I'm not trying to be combative and I'm not
Yes, you
trying.
are.
No, I'm not. Fuck up, Rick. What I am trying to say is that we cannot deny that there are pieces that still linger. We can break that down even to racism, classism. There are still things that have been passed down that that still render to this day because that is what people were taught.
And you know what else people was taught? How to get divorced, and what she did, it would do that
Right.
because and here's the thing, because women are quick to say that men need healing too. Baby, look, don't suggest nothing that you have yet to conquer yourself, because if you still dealing with the historical uh, 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 tension and the strangulation of things that happened in the upper generations, because we got to think, we first of all, we don't know how old this couple is, but when you start talking about how when the years of when a woman could put her name on the mortgage and all that kind of stuff, we was talking about the same years where a woman didn't have to work either, and her primary job was being a wife and a mother. We talking about those times. Those times are long gone. So
I,
they
You
can't
really
use
believe that?
those things to attach that to this current situation, because
I,
manipulation and lying to your husband is not because of what happened historically 50, 60 years ago.
let me tell you though, but this is the only thing that I'm trying to get y'all to understand. I'm not trying to say that these things are very much pertinent still now, but they came from somewhere. These ideologies and how people treat, uh, you know, tell their children how to, because we learn a lot about relationships and stuff from our parents or
That
from
part I agree with you about.
my family. So that's all. Okay, well, just keep listening. I'm not trying to say that, oh, because women couldn't have a mortgage, that's why she just. I'm not trying to justify anybody's behavior, but what people fail to realize is that history repeats itself. It just sometimes shows up in different ways, and so if because my grandmother couldn't, like, no, there we are talking about 50, 60 years ago, 70 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to look at that at face value and understand how those dynamics have been passed along. They may have been a little watered down because things have changed, because women are not just in the kitchen and da 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 da.
And I get it.
I was trying to.
And you know what? And on the same token, I agree with you. So let me not say, I'm not being argumentative. I agree with that. But on the same token, men have the same history of having kids placed on them.
Hmm. Yeah.
Some of these kids weren't even biologically theirs. And then if we are transparent enough to sit down and have the conversation and say, "Hey, hey, I had 3 kids," and he was very elaborate in his statement. So my thing is, should I look back in history, all the way back to Genesis 3:15, when the Bible says a woman would desire to rule over man? I mean, I'm just saying you got to use that because that's Bible, right? Because here's the thing: if she's going to say, "I'm going to manipulate the situation regardless of what you say," if that was in his history, what does her actions remind him of when he encountered that? So
Okay,
now,
Cleo, let me jump in there.
okay,
Dr. May said she was responding to your comment about how mothers would tell
daughters
their
about saving
daughters
money. Yeah, I got that.
saving money. And you said that that was back then. So you don't believe that that's still true in
No,
2026?
because here's the reason I don't think that is a very popular conversation now, because women ain't getting married no more. I ain't gonna say no more, but the numbers has drastically dropped
Yeah,
in
we're
that.
not getting married no more. No.
Right. Men are not proposing because of those type of reasons. Because I can't trust my wife to stop taking her birth control and have another kid. No, I don't want to marry to that situation, because guess what? Now if you leave me, that's just more child support I have to pay.
Or maybe some women are not getting married because we don't want another, because men, husbands can also be a liability.
Well, no, you're not married because you don't control marriage. You don't. You control sex. You control who you open your legs to. Yes.
And you don't?
No, I don't. Unless I rape you, that's illegal. I can't dictate who have sex with me. A woman controls sex. A man controls marriage.
Okay.
You disagree with that, Felicia?
I do. I
On
do.
what level do you disagree? Because I can only have sex with you if you let me.
You think? Really?
No, else y'all gonna have sex.
How else would I do it
No, no,
unless
no.
it's
What
rape?
I'm
And again,
saying
that's
is,
illegal.
so yes, it is. It
Okay.
is. It absolutely is illegal. But how often? And unfortunately, just having participated in community services with women, it happens very often where a husband wants what he wants, and the wife feels like it's her responsibility, no matter how she feels about it. So there's that.
Yeah, we are talking about that.
And
Well,
then, but
y'all gonna have to
there
talk
are
about that when
times
I get off
in this
because
day and age where a woman may want it and the man may not.
hmm
And what?
That
And
happens.
how often have you heard a man turn down sex to his woman
Man, come
versus
on.
no, Felicia, because you about to exaggerate versus a
No,
woman
not at
turning down
all.
sex to her husband?
I'm sorry, what?
The
look,
question
I'm not
was,
married.
how often have
I
you
don't
heard
have a
about?
problem in this fight. So I'm gonna let y'all talk with this marriage talk and whatnot because here's the thing.
I want
At
to get the
the,
question out though
at
while you're
the end
thinking.
of the day gotta end, and so does my time with you guys on this show. Okay, and so in conclusion with this letter, and I'll let y'all get back to it. But I think we all agree that she was wrong. And with the questions that he asked at the end of the letter, he says, am I wrong for feeling betrayed? I think we can all raise our hand and say, no, he is
No, he
not
was
wrong
not.
for feeling betrayed because that's exactly what the fuck happened. He was
Indeed. We
feeling,
all agree about that.
or is
Hmm.
this something married people are supposed to just get over? Listen, I don't have no advice for that one because I'm not married. Maybe Cleo can address it since he is, but
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, the day gotta end. And
All right.
I'm and I'm gonna let y'all go. Listen, it's Natalia, aka Nene, to the niggas in the hood. Y'all already know what's good. If you are in the Houston area, catch me on Thursdays at the trenches at 7 o'clock. I run an open mic there every week. It is always a good time. The food is phenomenal. And the energy is always great. And go to my website, natalia.lol. Please leave me a love note because I read them when I'm feeling a little down and I'm not feeling very funny. So I appreciate these. Listen, Culture and Chaos, y'all have been amazing per usual. This has been very insightful and very eventful, but I must bid you adieu. And I will see you guys on next week.
All right, Dr. Nay.
Bye, y'all.
Well, we
So
love
back
our
to my
doctor's
question.
name.
Look, but seriously, how often have you heard a man turn down sex from his wife versus a woman turning down sex from her husband? And matter of fact, I'm so glad because
Sure. Come on.
you on point because she said unless there's a medical problem, he is going to consent to sex.
Mm.
Because a man will sleep with you and don't have nothing else to do with you. He gonna get them draws if he don't do nothing else. And then we're so logical to know, you know what? If I deny my wife sex, that gives her an excuse to go get it from somebody else. And sometimes women don't capture that logic because she would deny him sex as if he can't get it from somewhere else. And then that's where infidelity and cheating
Smart
comes
enough to
in.
think the same thing that a man thinks? Come on now.
No. I'm just saying logically, we are problem solvers, and the best way to solve a problem is to prevent a problem. So I'm not going to deny my wife sex that will maybe eventually excuse her or at least make her feel like it's okay to go get sex from somebody else and then say when she asked me, I denied her.
So
I'm not going to give you that satisfaction.
Felicia, men deny you sex a lot.
They do every single day. Oh my God. I just can't get any.
Well,
Negro, please.
that's a you problem then. If that's the case,
Yeah, no, that's a dumb question, but moving on.
no dumb question. You make the comment. I'm just asking. I'm asking.
Did you miss the part where I said working in community and dealing with community issues, women in the community? Did
And
you miss that part when I said that?
I'm
We
saying,
weren't talking about me and my personal life.
okay. Well, I asked you because everybody else over here on this timeline in the community don't agree with you.
They don't have to. That's why this is a show where people can voice
Okay,
their
well, get out your feelings. I asked you a question. You yes or no.
feelings, boo-boo.
Here's the thing though. If we're dealing with facts, let's just talk about it. Because
Let's talk about it.
who dresses more provocatively, men or women?
Women.
Right. And so when women dress more provocatively, what do you think the man is thinking about when he sees her?
I don't know because I'm not a man.
Okay, well, women know when
No,
they
they
wear
don't.
something. Yes, they do. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there is nothing more intentional. Oh, Ricky, you're gonna love this one. There is nothing more intentional than an outfit that a woman chooses to wear, especially when she know how she's built. Am I lying?
Now, I can agree with that on some points.
Okay. Let's just stop right there then. Because guess what? When we've been to the clubs and we know a girl got some big boobs, she gonna wear something that's I mean, it look like a whole booty cheek. It look like a crack of somebody's butt because her breast is all the way out. You know what I'm saying? And if she got a small waist and a big old booty and thick thighs, she gonna wear something that's fitting, or she's gonna wear something that's short because she is taking that drug called attention. And then that attention, because at one point, women used to say that they felt over sexualized by men. Now women are over sexualizing themselves, which again is why the rodeo even had to create a dress code because they walking out there with their ass cheeks out. And what that does, it
Not
creates
all.
sexual attention.
Oh,
And the men approach you, and women love that attention.
you the reason
You
why Eve
know,
ate that
a
apple.
woman
You know
can
that.
still get that attention no matter what she's wearing.
You know what?
And somebody, because I see who's fancy face. I don't know which guy she's talking about.
She's
Is
talking about me.
hilarious.
She's probably talking about me.
Like I'm not making no valid points or
She's talking about me.
something.
She's talking about me.
Oh, okay.
Alicia,
So,
you the reason
what
why.
was
You the reason why
situation
Eve
man had
ate
resistance?
that apple.
Okay, now that's a
I'm
good
the
question
reason
though. That's a good question.
Yeah.
What was the reason that a man resisted sex?
That you've observed while working in the field. That's, their issue.
Hmm?
But there are plenty of times where men have, you know, only wanted women for something other than sex. It's possible. Y'all act like sex is the only thing women are wanted for.
No.
When
She asked because she asked what was the reason that a man
yes.
resisted sex from a woman. What was the reason for
There
that?
have been plenty. That's what I'm saying. There have been plenty of times where a man has said no. He's too busy whooping her ass. He don't even want to have sex with her. He just wants to beat her up.
No.
Many cases. He doesn't even want her physically. He just literally wants.
And what's but here's the thing. I'm
No,
not
man,
saying
you
that
know
don't
me.
exist. I'm not saying that a man.
That ain't no real man.
Listen, me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anyone that prefers to beat his woman versus have sex with her. But I'm willing to bet that is a very low percentage of men that would rather beat women, rather his wife, rather than have sex with her. I guarantee somebody you're gonna have to prove me wrong on that.
You don't have to bring Jason on because they can't hear him.
Huh?
Felicia.
What? Yeah, Jason, you can come on.
I'm jumping in this conversation because some of the things Cleo said, I have to like come and say to what the ladies are talking about in the group, what Felicia's talking about. In some of these situations, marriage, guys, you got to understand. People in this society believe that marriage means the word no does not exist. I have a brother that says that. Y'all know him, Mr. 214, that comes on Tuesday. He says his wife cannot deny him sex. And the argument that I have is, how do you feel? Because people think that when you're in a marriage, there's no such thing as privacy. There's no much such thing as you're joining yourself. You don't have, some men do have that ideology that you don't belong to you anymore. If I want sex, I'm coming to get it, whether you tell me no or not, is what Felicia is saying. And I have been around a group of women. I've had helped out in community centers where those women will leave their home because now it's like you can. Do you believe, Cleo, that you can rape your wife? A lot of people will tell you no, but the answer to that question is yes.
I know that's yes, but let's compartmentalize this thing. Okay, so you said first you talked to your brother, right?
Yeah, I was just using him as an example because
As an example,
that's
how
how he
many
really
other
is.
men have you talked to
Oh, I have a
that
couple of
said
friends that are like that.
said the same thing versus the men that said that they were denied sex by their women, by their
Now
wives?
that number, now I agree with you on that one. What you said at the end when you said that
It's going to
number
be
is
lower. I
low.
said that.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Okay,
low.
I just want to
I
make
agree
sure
with
that
you on that.
that part is
But I
secured,
just
right?
wanted to
Because
justify what they were saying. What the women and what Felicia is saying is, at the end of the day, some men are like that. Whether it's a low number or not, it exists to the point to where you get around some men and you hear them say, like, my wife bet not deny me because at the end of the day, you are my wife. And that comes back from the old days, like Ms. Dr. Nate was saying, they believe their wife to be property and not a
well,
person.
and I argue that to a certain extent because if the knowledge that we have of marriage comes from the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Anybody else got any other source where marriage originated outside of the Bible?
No.
Okay, so in the Bible, it says that you should have sex often, and the only reason that you should reject each other or go a while without it is if she's on her
Each
cycle.
other.
So that's where some of that come from. Now, I'm not opposed to men being sensible and saying, okay, you know what, baby, if you don't feel like I'm not going to force you to, because I don't want to have sex with a dead body anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, but here's the thing: you are appointed as my wife, as I am as your husband. Your body no longer belongs to you. My body no longer belongs to me. You know what I'm saying? So this is a mutual thing. And a three-strand cord is not easily broken. That's between me, you, and God. So
Absolutely.
this thing is, we have to have this thing going on because it's too much temptation for me to deny you. That's why I said earlier that a man has accepted the logic to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to deny her of sex because here's the thing. If I deny her and she go get it from somewhere else, then I'm over here. It's a loss for both of us. But then you have women that will, and it has been historically documented that
Yeah.
women have denied husbands of sex, but then get mad when you deny him for months and in some cases years, and then you get mad when he cheat on you.
I ain't gonna go for no years, man. Shit.
And sex to a man is a necessity.
It's a
And you trying to
connection.
tell me
It's a
because
connection.
because of your own issues, because you're operating in a sinful nature, because the origin of this conversation became out of a simple nature when the wife betrayed her husband by not purposely taking the birth control pill. That's how this all got started.
Absolutely.
And that is the same synopsis that we are dealing with now when we're dealing with marriage is that, hey, if we already communicated something, then what did I miss outside of the manipulation? And I'm being held accountable. And the reason that Ricky brought that conversation up, because in the same sense, now you still holding the man accountable for trusting his wife and believing that she was going to continue to do what she said or they agreed to that she was going to do by saying, oh, well, he should have got fixed. Well, if I knew I couldn't trust her, maybe I would have.
Right.
But maybe he thought he could trust his wife and didn't know that she was going to deceive and manipulate him.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
my
'cause
point.
why when y'all were talking about
That's
that, I
the
was
whole point. No
yeah.
one, not a single solitary person, not in the audience, not on the stage, no one disagreed that the wife was wrong in that instance.
I got it.
She was absolute wrong. And what I believe it was Chrissy, all she was saying was he could have guaranteed it
But
by
see,
Why?
doing that.
but Felicia,
So
that's what you're
since
missing. So let
Yeah.
me explain that. Can I explain that to her,
Go ahead.
guys? That's Felicia. That's what Cleo and but the point that the guys are making, and you got to look at it from this point of view. Every time a woman makes a mistake in a bunch of talk shows and a bunch of things that go on and a bunch of conversation, it comes back to well, the man could have did this,
That's my point. Thank you, bro.
and
no, because the
that's
same
what
thing
that.
happens,
But that's
just
what
like
Chrissy
Cleo
said.
just did when Cleo said, if a man denies a woman, it's okay for her to go out, or it's not okay, but it's because he knows she might go out. So he's saying that if a woman denies a man, she doesn't think that he's going to go out and get it from somewhere else. Why wouldn't a woman think that if a man thinks that?
Well,
It's
I'm
But
not,
common
and
sense.
I agree.
no, no,
That
Felicia.
that
The
part's
That's
thing
not what I'm
is,
talking about.
logic.
the
That
thing
part's not
is,
what I'm talking about.
I'm
Hold on,
preventing
Cleo.
a problem according to the vows.
Hold on,
Because
Cleo.
the Bible already said I can't deny you. So my thing is, these are the repercussions of me denying what the Bible suggests for me to do. It's going to allow you to go seek from what you're supposed to get from me from somewhere else. So I'm going to prevent that because the Bible already commanded me to do that.
Right.
This is beyond you at this point.
Right.
I'm being obedient to God, and it's pleasurable for me to have sex with my wife.
Go ahead, Jason, because I want to ask her something too.
No, go ahead, Rick. Because I was just saying, but
So you just said that everybody on the whole fucking show agreed that she was in the wrong, right?
Correct.
So why is it a rebuttal? Why
It
is it
is
a
a
why does
rebuttal.
yes it
When
is.
Chrissy said that, I was explaining why she said it because I understand
No,
why she said it.
this is what I'm saying. Why is it even being said though? It shouldn't
Because
be
we
nothing.
don't know all the
It,
facts.
we got the facts is in the letter. That's what we go by
Now,
every
y'all
week.
know we interpret things from letters all the time. We
Now
don't know all of
you
the
moving the
facts.
finish line. Now you moving the finish line. Every week we don't go by what could or should have would been. We go by what's
That's
in
my
the letter.
whole point. Every week we're going
Right.
to have the conversation about, well, we
We
don't
don't.
know this, but this could have
Exactly.
happened.
So we don't throw hypotheticals in there. We don't throw hypotheticals. We go by what we got in the letter. And what we got.
No, we always throw hypotheticals
No,
in
we
there.
don't. No,
You
we
was
do not.
right.
No, we do not.
Okay,
No, we do not.
we'll look at the tape. I'll show you.
Look at the tape. We don't.
that's why I'm saying. But what you guys are talking about back to that letter, it shouldn't have been what I guess what they're saying and what they're trying to say is that conversation about him having to get a vasectomy to ensure he shouldn't have to do that. As a man, I shouldn't have to do that. If my wife said, if we agreed, I shouldn't have to be the one to guarantee it. If you said I'm gonna take these birth control pills, if you said, and I'm not going off if she's wrong or not, I'm just talking in a hypothetically coming from a married person's position. If we talked about it and we discussed it, I shouldn't have to have a second thought about it on if I should have did this, because you put it this way: if my wife said she didn't want to have kids, if my wife said she wanted to have a baby and I said I didn't, and I snuck off and got a vasectomy without telling her, this whole conversation would be different, right? She would blow up, she would be upset, she would talk about that's grounds for divorce, she would move around because she wants kids. But at
It
some
would
point that wife wanted a child is what made her stop taking the birth control. At some point, she thought about, oh, it'd be nice to have another baby around the house, right, guys? I mean, just tell the truth.
Right. And Jason, to top that, if you're suggesting that a man should have to go the extra mile because he can't trust his wife, then what security do any man have
Right.
with a girlfriend?
Absolutely.
Just speaking from a logical perspective, because you gotta remember, men, it have to make sense to us. At the beginning of the hell with the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, it has to make sense for us in order for us to go forward. So if I can't trust my wife, and this is the person that's isolated from all the women that I've dealt with, I isolated her. I found her to be peculiar. I found her to be different, to where she was worth my proposal and marriage. And then if she come back and she acts like the ones in the street, then for anybody that's not, which is part of why the marriage numbers are low, like we talked about earlier, a lot of guys are refusing to marry because this man couldn't trust his wife. Then what suggests to me that I can trust my girlfriend? If she gonna lie to me about that, and we both, you lied to me about something that we both agreed on.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm waiting on
So
we're waiting on your rebuttal because we know you got one.
at the end of the day,
They
at
got
the end of the day, I'm going to say it like I've said it a bazillion times. Yes, she was wrong. And again, I was explaining Chrissy's comment because I understand why Chrissy said it. And that's really all it is.
And I'm
And
saying
women are wrong. Men are wrong. We all make mistakes. But
right.
also, I want you to understand there seems to be a double standard.
Be quiet, guy. Let her finish.
I ain't finna say nothing. I'm ready to hear.
Yeah, just like, and even like when Nay was talking about, well, you know what, that's way off of our topic. We were supposed to be talking about community, and we have discussed one thing in the community.
Hey,
One thing.
Well, to elaborate on this conversation and what we're talking about, it's not an apology. I don't forgive you if you're going to apologize and then tell me, but if you wouldn't have, then, or you should have, that's not a fucking apology.
Nobody apologized. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the comment that was made by Chris. So that's what we're talking about. That's what we're just going back and forth about. She said the woman was wrong. She said the woman was wrong, but he should have went and got a vasectomy. He shouldn't have to fucking go get a vasectomy. If she wrong, she wrong. There shouldn't be nothing else said about it. She wrong. That's it. That's all. But they ain't know he should have did nothing.
Okay, so
because he wouldn't be in this situation if she would have never stopped taking her birth control.
Okay, so like when Cleo loves to play devil's advocate, that's where we go into the hypotheticals.
Okay.
And that's what I mean. So I'll give you a prime example. When that guy punched that girl in the face for telling him no to her marriage proposal, to his marriage proposal.
He was dead as well.
He was. And you said, well, let's play devil's advocate and say maybe she had another guy that had a bigger bag. The letter had nothing to do with the bag.
I don't know. You said that's what I came up with?
That's what you said.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to see the tape because I wouldn't come up with a devil's advocate or alternative ending to something about a man punching a woman because she said no to his proposal.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you said that a man punched his woman, I said, oh, he dead ass wrong. That's why I said immediately after that there is no but what if this. Because by no means is a man right or justified for putting his hands on a woman anyway, especially when you have the option to walk away.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to play you the tape because that's exactly what happened.
Please do. And here's the thing. I'll go even further. If I did, it was based on something that maybe somebody it was a reflection to what somebody may have said in the conversation. Not to the fact of him hitting her that would give any justification for him putting his hands on a woman. Because I would never. I got two sisters and nieces. Show me the tape.
Okay, you said yes, he was wrong.
Okay.
And we same thing. We all agreed that he was wrong, dead ass.
Right.
However, it was the let's play devil's advocate as to why he was so upset about it.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter why he was upset about it. Because he should never have punched that woman in the face because she told him no to his proposal.
He should make that happen.
No. She should have ducked. If she'd have ducked, then she wouldn't have got hit.
Right. She would have stepped back and hid behind a table or something.
Right. If she wasn't in punches reach. then
And
she'd have
Felicia,
been okay.
that's what they're saying. They're saying that every time a something, and I have noticed this throughout the shows though, because I get to sit behind the scenes and read it. Every time something is placed on a woman, the rebuttal is, but he's a man and he should have did this. And
It's a
it's like, what?
deflection.
No, not every time.
We can go watch. Not every. I'm not okay.
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna
watch
say
the
not
tape.
every
Okay,
show.
yeah.
We're gonna watch
You
the
can't
tape. We're
use
gonna watch
always
the
and
tape.
never. Every time is like always. So you can't say
Yeah.
that.
Not
So a
always,
lot
but
of time,
some.
often
But
more often
But
than
that's
none.
the great
yeah,
part about today's show. This was the he said, she said version.
Your
yeah.
ass, we ain't bring your ass up no more. You're gonna stay behind the
Well,
scenes.
guess who controls that?
Well, that's all right. I'm gonna call Jason. We're gonna keep your ass behind the scenes.
Who's that?
'Cause you trying to make everything
Uh-huh.
everything with a woman right.
No,
Almost.
because everything with a woman is not
You put a
always
good
right.
option
And
to
you
your
know
ass.
I know that better than most.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
You know, I
That's
know
why I
you're
love
the
this
shit
show.
starter. I know you're the shit starter, and that's cool, and I'm totally okay with that. That's why I brought you onto this show. Because you are who you are.
Okay. Well, what's
And I love
your
you.
title say executive producer? Your ass off the screen.
Well, you know, somebody has to make sure that the audience get what they need.
Anyway,
And
See,
every now and then we need a woman's opinion.
not yours.
So, yes,
E.
it's mine. It's mine. It's
Rick
mine.
said,
It's mine.
Rick said Eve shouldn't have ate the apple.
That part. But she wanted to have a conversation with snakes.
Right.
Mm.
Mm,
But if Adam
mm,
was there, then she wouldn't be able
mm,
to talk to the snake. No, okay.
mm,
I'm gonna
mm.
kind of say that one, Cleo, though.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Mm.
But Adam was working. He was busy
and
working.
as he was ordered to do, right?
Yeah, I mean he had a job
Idle
before
hand.
she was even created. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
one of the
So
things, idle hands is a devil's play shop.
hey,
The
it's
more
just
you sit by yourself, the more you do the wrong things. It's just adamant.
hey. And that's what
You know, they
creates your
said
algorithm. Like we was talking about earlier. Somebody said Adam
providers and
food Eve.
That
protectors,
girl
right?
said Adam Food Eve. This, you see what I'm saying? This is the shit I'm saying.
Providers and
Where?
protectors,
Where
right?
did Adam
This
food
proves
Eve?
my whole goddamn point.
Providers and protectors, right?
What?
Hey, I agree.
And she, and,
Providers and protectors. That's all I'm
but
saying.
listen, the serpent didn't approach her until he knew she was alone. Adam was
Exactly.
working. So how come she didn't? How come she didn't say? Let me throw the hypothetical. How come she said, "Well, you can't talk to me unless my man is around"?
Absolutely. Hey, I'm with Cleo on that one. How come she didn't be like, you can't come in my
Come
house?
on.
You can't come in my house. My husband not home.
Right. Don't talk to me. Talk to my husband.
Mm-hmm.
He the one that received the instructions, not me. Talk to
Mm-hmm.
him. Because
Mm-hmm.
honestly, theologically speaking, I believe that the serpent talked to her on purpose because he knew that Adam would have rejected him.
Women been deceitful since the
Of
beginning of
course.
time. Women been deceitful since the beginning of time.
And Angel, we're not hypothetically saying it's apple just for the show's sake. We're gonna say that because we all are grown. We know what happened and what really went down.
It was a fruit. We know it was a fruit. It had seeds in it. Whatever it was, it had seeds in it.
It was a kiwi, goddamn it.
But the thing about it is,
Could have been a mango.
at the end of the day, that's where you talk about in marriage. If I see somebody coming on to me as a married man, my job is to be like, hey, my wife wouldn't like this. It's inappropriate. The same way with a wife is what Cleo's saying is she could have been like, hey, you can't be around me or I'm not. I tell people all the time, like, if the worst people think cheating is an action, but if you're smiling in this woman's face at work all day and you're playing with this woman all day and you're giving her, it's just like I told somebody, they said one with a girl said a guy kissed me, and I said, well, what did you do to him to make him feel that great that he could come that close to get in your presence to
Come
make
on,
you
man.
feel like he can do that to you? Because he didn't just come up and kiss you. There's some actions that had to be done along the way to make him feel that comfortable. You see it a lot in warehouse jobs. Trust me, as
Yeah.
somebody who worked a lot of warehouse jobs, you see it a lot.
What made him feel that safe in your personal space?
Exactly. And it could be something as simple as we go to lunch together every day and we're sitting in the car together every day, and now I start talking about my problems at home and he start talking about his problems at home. All of a sudden that you're building a connection that we're not looking at, right?
Sitting in the car every day, that's the problem already. You about to get fired because I'm gonna come up there and ask the motherfucker, what you sitting listening for? That's what you got to call for. Sit your own goddamn car.
Boy, I can't wait to tell y'all some of the stories I done heard at this barbershop.
I know you hear some shit.
I done heard some confessions.
Right.
That's the sanctuary, the barbershop.
Boy,
Confessional, goddamn.
Hey,
I'm
that's
talking about I had a
church.
dude, he was riding around with a bat looking for his old lady. That boy said, my mama was a hoe. My sister's a hoe. And I mess around and married a hoe. Hey,
God, dang,
I said, hey, man, you know, me and you good, bro. Like, you good. Hey, he was on the deep end. I just need to be in the friend zone. Hey, man, we good, bro.
Like he might need a little,
Your haircut
attention.
free today, cuz you crazy.
What's that movie?
Cleo was like, just take the cut, bro. Just take
Yeah,
the
that's
cut.
it.
What's that movie? Misery when she broke that nigga ankle with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, Misery.
That's what he about to go do to her. He got the back.
Man.
4
Well,
minutes,
guys,
guys.
I appreciate it. It was a great show. I appreciate being a guest on the show, you know, letting the ladies have an opinion. It's always a good time here. So,
And look, somebody said it was great having your face front and center, Felicia.
Oh hell
Look at
no!
that.
Listen,
Look at that.
I was a little late because I had to work a little late, but from now on, I'm fucking around.
maybe now on you'll be on time.
I'm logging on my phone, but we don't want her ass up here no more.
A
But
hater,
I appreciate
know.
y'all letting me come up for this last little bit. You know, I'm always
For
grateful.
sure.
Hey,
Well,
we
thank
ain't
you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you do share the broadcast with everyone, your friends and family. And let's get more women in this audience so they can tell these men how y'all feel.
hell no, it's too much estrogen in here already.
Well, before we go, Rick.
Hey,
Oh, yes. One more thing. Live show next week. For those of you who are in Houston, please come and check us out at Rush at 7:00 p.m. And we'll be posting more information about it. It's going to be a free show just so that we can get you guys acclimated to our new location.
Going down.
look at Patty.
Yes.
I ain't even see her from here. She didn't even say too much.
I spoke to her for you when I first came on.
So you asked her what her credit score was? I still don't know yet.
I didn't. I just told her you were her favorite.
That is feed.
Well, she was your favorite.
Hey, well, look here. Make sure y'all like us on all the platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. After the show is over, make sure you share this episode on all your social media platforms. Tell a friend, and bring them with you when y'all come to the live show. You can catch me on all the Culture and Chaos platforms. On Facebook is Rick Johnson. Instagram is Ricky Johnson 2026. TikTok, Big Smooth 40. Go follow your boy. Send me a note. Send me some lunch, man. I'm broke, man. They working the shit out of me.
That nigga just got a promotion. Shut up.
Hey, man.
That's right.
Wait a minute.
Well, tell them where you can be found, boo. Tell them where to reach Cleo.
Oh, my bad. I was realizing Ricky was in his bathroom. That's how big his bathroom is in the background. You know, he got that
Right.
promotion. Hey, boy, hey, man, let me hold something. I'm Clarence Singleton. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Cleo the Barber. Clarence Singleton. You can tell the barbershop in the background. I didn't leave work yet, so I'm still here. TikTok, Clarence Singleton is all the same. So, yeah, that's where you can find me.
You know, we
Is you want to tell them where they can find you?
Huh?
Jason Dixon on Facebook, anything Nostalgic Radio, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All my handles are the same. We do have, guys, I do want to say this while I got you guys on the show. We do have a sister station that is being built right now coming out of West Texas. So you guys are going to be, your shows are going to be streamlined. So basically we're going to be on Wednesdays, and then I'm going to run it again off the other show. So just letting you guys know, Felicia will talk about that. We have a whole sponsor building the station for anything from Lubbock, Amarillo, all the way across. So anything nostalgic.
Well, thank everyone for coming to the show tonight. We really appreciate all of your love and support. Make sure you do like the Culture and Chaos pages, and we are going to make sure there'll be contests coming up, for our Culture Crew. Make sure you join the Culture Crew at cultureandchaos.com. Join the Culture Crew so that we can recognize you when you show up to our live shows. We love you guys.
Welcome to Culture and Chaos, where we say it out loud and stand on it.
Culture, chaos, say it loud, yeah, we run the combo. He said, she said, cut the promo. No filter talk, yeah, you know how it go. Culture, chaos,
Talk slick, better stand on it.
late night talk, yeah, the vibe get reckless. Say it with your chest, don't dodge the misses. Back and forth talk, yeah, we keep it pressure. If it hit a nerve, then it probably meant it. Real conversation, no cap, no edit. Everybody talking, but we don't forget it. If you said it once, better stand and defend it. This that show where the truth get tested.
Say it loud,
Say it loud,
say it clear,
if it's real.
let it hit.
Culture, chaos, say it loud, yeah, we run the combo. He said, she said, cut the promo. No filter talk, yeah, you know how it go. Culture, chaos,
Talk slick, better stand on it.
culture, in chaos,
Talk slick.
stand on it.